The village in it with a map and a plan. No place too tiny for this determined man. Crossing the counties one by one, you'll see in every English corner a bit of history.
Hello Warwickshire, I'm back again for another run in your county, and it's been ages since we've been to Rugby. All this week we will be in the district, the borough of Rugby, and we're going to be taking on a run of some really small villages, and to be fair, you're not going to get much smaller than the one I've got for you today. This is basically one road, which is the road behind me, that leads up to this place's church, and that's really about it. This is Wibtoft. Wibtoft, Wibber's Curtilage. This week on TVI we make a welcome return to Warwickshire and to Rugby, which we've not touched for a number of years now. We're going to more than double our Rugby Parish quota by the end of this week though, with a series of small ones on the Leicestershire border. Today we're in Wibtoft, one of the smallest in Warwickshire. This village was originally in Leicestershire, and its small church of St Mary is still controlled from its mother building at Claybrook over the border, despite the fact the two are in different shires. According to the 2021 census, Wibtoft had a population of just 62 people, making this one of those blink and you'll miss it sort of places. To be fair, a lot of people do actually know this village, because it gets seen by thousands upon thousands of them every day, thanks to the A5. Wibtoft is right next to the route of that major road, which, as we know, was formerly Watling Street, defining the border between Warwickshire and Leicestershire. It's possible from the A5 to see the tiny church as you fly past the place towards or from High Cross. Due to its location in a sheltered valley just to the south of High Cross, and given some local finds of Roman coins and stonework, some historians have speculated that Wibtoft sits on the site of a Roman settlement. And no, I don't mean Venene. Let's find out a little more. Time to go walking. This is what Wibtoft Parish looked like in 1900, and there wasn't a lot to it. There still isn't. This is one of the smallest parishes in Warwickshire. Its history dates back to at least the Domesday Book, although it has also been associated with a Roman settlement, and finds have been made nearby. It was an agricultural community originally in the parish of Claybrook, and therefore within Leicestershire, before later becoming part of Warwickshire. It was in Warwickshire by the time of this map. It remains agricultural today, with the only landmark of note being the small church of St Mary. So, in a way, there's almost no point zooming in to see this one, because it's not going to show you anything massively different. Having said that, you can now see the location of the church a little better, very close to the A5, or Watling Street, and the border with Leicestershire. Literally, that church is the only thing that Wibtoft really has to its name, even now. The rest of the village has stayed practically the same as this, just a collection of houses and farms designed to cater for a population that's never got above 100. And so this is what the place looks like now. It's virtually unchanged, and so are the borders. The church remains the only landmark of any note, and it's that we'll be focusing on mainly on our walk. The walk won't be extensive either. This is our route, and it's going to be really simple. Effectively, we'll just amble up the one road from the south to the north. It's called Green Lane. When we reach the church, we can form a little circle at the top by using a footpath onto the A5, but at that point you're in Leicestershire. It's not a complicated one, this, by any stretch of the imagination. Wibtoft is a linear village which occupies just the one main road, Green Lane. Due to its small size, it has no shop, and nor does it have a pub. All it really possesses, other than houses and farms, is the tiny church of St Mary near the A5. The A5, by the way, or Watling Street if you prefer its archaic name, defines the border between Warwickshire and Leicestershire at this point. Wibtoft itself is almost on that border, about 8 miles north of Rugby. About half a mile to the north is High Cross, which partly falls within Wibtoft Parish. As we know from the Claybrook Parva episode, High Cross was the site of a Roman settlement called Venene, but Wibtoft is thought to sit on another. Local finds of Roman coins and stonework have led experts on the Romans to suggest it may stand on the long-lost town of Claychester. As well as potentially being an ancient Roman settlement, there are some suggestions too that Wibtoft stands on the site of a medieval settlement. This is suggested by some ridge and furrow earthworks and field boundaries around the modern village. Wibtoft is seen as fairly irregular in terms of its form and layout, but with the addition of that earthwork evidence it becomes clear that the main street was perhaps once straighter. It's believed there was a unit of regular plots on its western side, with a manor and chapel nucleus on the east. The name of the village is of Danish origin, first recorded in the Domesday Book as Wibtoft. Along with Copston Magna to the northwest, it's located on some wolds close to the Danelaw boundary. Both villages are small, planned settlements with Scandinavian-influenced titles. This is mostly an agricultural community. According to the 2001 census, it had a population of 50, and by the time of the 2021 census, it had only risen to 62. Most of the time, for stats and admin purposes, the tiny population here is combined with the much larger Monks Kirby to the south. Wibtoft's agricultural surroundings were important during World War II. The openness of the area to the south of the village was perfect for setting up a bombing decoy site. That was designed to confuse enemy bombers, thus protecting the real RAF base at Bramcote not far away. Modern Wibtoft is a bit of an anomaly. Although we are 100% in Warwickshire here, this used to be a Leicestershire village because it was formerly in the parish of Claybrook Magna, which of course is still very much a Leicestershire village. The church is still controlled from Claybrook even today.
So here's the A5, marking the boundary, remember, between Leicestershire and Warwickshire. And as you walk up to the top of Wibtoft, you pass a house on the left-hand side that's called Two Shires. And it's the first thing you see as you turn off the A5 into Wibtoft village. Just a reminder that it is the border between the two counties. You may even recognise this area here if I turn the camera around from the Claybrook Parva episode, because over there is Alma Park, Alma House, which we filmed right at the end of that episode. Right, let's go and find this church.
This is the Church of St Mary, a chapel that was originally built during the medieval period, although it has been restored since. The ecclesiastical parish this falls within crosses the county boundary and is termed Claybrook cum Wibtoft. As such, it falls within the Diocese of Leicester. There's no getting away from it here. This is one tiny little church. It consists of a chancel and a nave, which together form a structure that's just 16.8 metres long. The church you see here originally dates from 1634, but it's believed there was a previous building on the same site. Restored in the 19th century, St Mary's is made mainly of rubble limestone, although there are a few portions of newer brick. There's no tower, instead there's just a simple timber bellcote, which probably dates from 1889. That has a pyramid-shaped roof. The simple interior is plastered, the floor is tiled, and the western end of the nave is partitioned off as a lobby and a vestry. There are no memorials in here, and all the fittings are modern. It's normally kept padlocked, and without any key holder information available, getting inside is not always simple.
Okay, so we've pretty much seen everything that Wibtoft has to offer now, but before we leave this one behind, we need to put a card on the notice board, which you can find close to the entrance to the church. So we'll do that now. And that's it. That's Wibtoft for you.
And folks, that's it for Wibtoft. A modest start to the week, but there are much bigger ones to come at you before Friday. Just down the road from Wibtoft there's another small village which we'll see tomorrow, and this one will determine who, among you viewers, understands juvenile humour. Now, just before I go, remember, this video is part of a huge project to visit every civil parish in England. That's more than 10,000. These routes are pre-planned, and due to time constraints, I can't cover every detail or walk down every street. Please don't complain if this video missed something out. I pronounce names how I choose to. I am very aware that local dialect may vary, and I don't take kindly to criticism about this. You've been warned. It's impossible to know everything too. If this video was terrible, make your own. If you're a regular watcher of The Village Idiot, you're not the only one. If you've got a small business, why not use my videos to advertise it? Leave a comment below if you're interested. And finally, thanks for watching this episode, everybody. Give us a like and a subscribe if you've enjoyed this episode, and share it with your friends and relatives. It all helps to keep this mission going. Until next time, I've been Andy, also known as The Village Idiot, and I'm out.